plus verb to be in past plus verb in present participle that is the same as saying ing, and after that your complement. So remember, any event in the past, for example, I was working as a lawyer for 10 years, no? It's an event that was in progress in the past. In past continuous, maybe we finish it, or maybe not. For example, I was talking to a woman. Maybe I didn't finish that action. Maybe something or someone interrupted me and I didn't complete my action. In past continuous, we don't know if we completed or we didn't complete. And in past simple, we always complete the action. In past continuous, we don't know if we completed or not the action. And in past simple, we always complete the action. And then it says, past continuous set the background of a story. The background is like when you're saying everything that was happening. El contexto. Background is the context, okay? So it says, past continuous set the background of a story. My story is, I was talking to a woman, I missed my stop. So I was talking to a woman sets the context of the story, no? I was talking with her, we were discussing, and suddenly I missed my stop. Yes, the bus, I was in the subway, and suddenly I didn't realize that I had to get to the station, no? And maybe I went further in my subway, so I missed my stop, me perdí la parada in which I had to land. So it says, sets the background of a story, like here. I was talking to a woman and I missed my stop. And also describes an action that was happening over a period of time in the past. For example, in 1999, I was living in Brazil. So it's describing an action that was happening over a period of time. This one is just one action. One completed action in past simple, and in past continuous is an action but that lasted a long time. That was in progress in the past and was happening over a period of time. We can also use past continuous to describe a past action that was interrupted by another past action. How? When we mix past continuous and past simple. Like here, this was a past action. I was talking to a woman and I missed my stop. So the action was interrupted by this other past action. I missed. When we're using past continuous to describe a past action that was interrupted by another past action, we always use first past continuous, that it would be this sentence, I was talking to a woman. This is the sentence in past continuous. And then we use simple past. Bless you. Okay? A past action that was interrupted by another past action. For example, I was watching a movie when you called. So which one would be the past action that happened first? I was watching a movie, no? This happened first. I was watching a movie. When you called, what happened next?
Call.
You called, no? So this past action, I was watching a movie, was interrupted by another past action. When you called is the action that interrupted the other sentence, the other sentence, not the other action. This was the first past action and it was interrupted by this other past action. There are some verbs that we can never use in continuous forms. There are some verbs that we cannot use not in present continuous, not in past continuous, not in anything in continuous. Why? Because it describes a state. For example, the verb like, hate, agree, believe, know, and want. You cannot say, I am believing in God. You just say, I believe in God, or I believed in God in the past. But you never say, I was believing in God, yo estaba creyendo. In English, there is not such things as I was believing or I am believing, because it's a state, something that is always there. It's not an action that has an end and a beginning, but more like a state of an emotional state. So it says, verbs that are never used in the continuous form are like, hate, agree, believe, creer, know, and want, because they are general states and not actions that acciones que ocurren en un periodo, but general states, no? So these are these 6 verbs that you can never use in a continuous form.
You can never use.
Never. O sea, you can never say, I am liking cookies. I like cookies, or I liked in the past, but never I am liking, or I am believing, or I am knowing. Because they are general emotional states. With past continuous, well, with the negative would be, instead of saying, I'm going to write this here. This is for a positive, no? I was talking to a woman. But Cynthia, how would you say the negative of any sentence?
I wasn't talking to a woman.
Very good. I wasn't talking to a woman. I wasn't talking to a woman. And what would be the structure? Cynthia?
I'm sorry?
The structure. Like, for example, here that I write subject plus simple past.
Yes. Subject.
Very good.
Plus negative was or were.
Was or were, no? That the verb to be in past.
Yes. And verb in present participle with ing.
Very good. Well, but after that, what is and? The not, no? First the subject, then the verb to be in past. But since it's a negative,
yes, it is plus negative.
Very good. Very good. Plus not, no?
Yes.
Plus verb in present participle. Very good. Plus. Plus complement. So this one would be the structure for an affirmative sentence in past continuous. I was talking to a woman. The negative would be I wasn't talking to a woman. And we also have the structure of questions with short answer. Okay. We also have the structure of questions in past continuous with short answers. Short answers are the ones that we answer with yes or with no. For example, question with short answers are, for example, were you skiing with a friend? ¿Estabas esquiando? Were you skiing with a friend? Yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. That is a short answer. So the structure for were you skiing with a friend is first the what, Rebecca?
To be.
In past. Was or were. Then the
Subject.
then
Verb in present participle.
verb in present participle. Remember that present participle is ing. And then the and questions with long answers. For example, what were you doing? Oh, I was playing, I was talking. That is not something that you answer yes I was or no I wasn't. But it's something like I was doing this, I was doing that. What were you doing? So the structure could be first a question word. You could say also, where were you? No, for example, where were you playing soccer? Oh, I was playing soccer in the soccer field, for example, no? So what were you doing is a question that you can answer it long. So for questions with long answers, first we use the question word, what, then the verb to be in past, was or were, then the subject, you, and then the verb in present participle, that is the verb in ing. Yes? Is the difference between questions with short answers and questions with long answers clear?
Yes.
Yes? These are just, yes I was, no I wasn't. And this is, oh yes, what were you doing? Oh, I was playing, I was singing, I was cooking. So, Ignacio, we were saying, why are these verbs never used in continuous form, Karina? This, like, hate, agree, believe, know, want. Why?
Why?
Because
That verbs are no action, no continuous action.
okay, Because these verbs, Cynthia?
Because it's a general state.
Very good.
Emotions.
Very good. These are general states or emotions. For example, Ignacio, you can never say I am liking or I am hating or I am wanting. Because these are general states, and as Cynthia said, they are not actions that occur over a period of time. You don't say I was believing in God or I am believing in God. Maybe in Spanish I don't say, do we say estoy creyendo?
Estuve creyendo,
Estuve
estuve
creyendo.
odiando, estuve,
Maybe.
me estuvo gustando.
Okay, maybe, no? Maybe in Spanish yes, but in English we never say I was believing in God or I was liking my boyfriend. No. We just say I liked or I like. But never like, hate, agree, believe, no, want, never with ing. Yes, Ignacio? So that is the main difference, no? Past continuous events in progress in the past that set the background of a story, the context. Background is the same as context, el contexto, the background, and the past simple is just a completed action in the past that started and finished. And in the past continuous, we don't know if the action finished. I was talking to a woman and I missed my stop. Maybe I didn't finish the action of talking because I was interrupted, no? So I didn't finish that action. But if I say I talked to that woman, is that the action finished, no? It was completed. And in the past continuous, we don't know if the action was completed or not. So the next topic that we saw, do you guys have a question with past continuous? Any question? Questions yes, questions no? Yes, Ignacio? Questions yes, questions no? Okay. So now we check the reflexive pronouns. When do we use the reflexive pronouns, Nikita?
When other person ask about the things.
When other person was about the things, not exactly. Do you know, Rene?
The subject and the object are the same.
Very good. We use the reflexive pronouns when the subject and the object are the same person, no? When the doer of the action, remember that the doer is the subject and the receiver is the object, no? So when the doer of the action and the receiver of the action are the same. For example, I talk to myself. I is a pronoun, no? I, you, he, she, it. I is a pronoun. Talk to myself. Myself is the reflexive pronoun. So I am the person I am talking to, no? That's why the doer, I, and the object are the same. I, myself. You, yourself. Reflexive pronouns, we always match the subject with the reflexive pronouns. We never say, you were telling to ourselves. Never. It's you were talking to yourself because you are the same that did the action to you. So always this has to match with this. Or for example, Sarah was talking to herself or another name, but we never mix them. They are never mixed because they are the same. Then, okay, so we have I, myself, you, yourself, he, himself. Do you know all of these reflexive pronouns, Karina? A ver.
¿Lo digo?
Yes.
I, myself, yourself, he, himself, she, herself.
But without looking.
Okay. It is itself. You, yourselves,
Yourself.
they, themselves, and ourselves.
Okay, very good. We, you, very good. As you can see, these are the singular pronouns, no? I, you, he, she, it. The singular ones end with F, self. Like this, self. But these three, we, you, they, are the plural pronouns. We, that are more than two, no? We, you, more than two, or they, more than two people. So the plurals end with UVES, selves. And these ones end with elf, with F. And these ones with ELVES. So that's something a little bit easier to memorize. No, the plural ones end with selves and the singular with self. Yes? Okay. So after that, we check the parts of the body. So something that I want to clear out is, do you remember how did we say this part? I'm going to write it on it.